CYBORG, what it look like, man? We back. Hey, yo, sometimes, man, sometimes it's just a feeling, man, and another time, man, it turns out to be just a good premonition, man. Talking about the Boots and Chukagian fight. Went exactly as I thought, man. Both fighters came in looking pretty much like themselves. The only difference is Chukagian did try something a little different this time. Why I say he still looked like himself is because he just wasn't very good at what he was trying to do, which is stand in the pocket a little bit more and push the pace a little bit more and stay in the mix with Boots, unlike what he did last time. Last time he did a lot of running, a lot of dodging, a lot of cagey maneuvering, not a lot of standing toe-to-toe and fighting, you know what I mean? So I thought coming into this fight, like switching it up would be a good idea for him, in a sense that you would definitely add a little bit more flair and excitement to the fight. And on top of that, give yourself an opportunity to actually win the fight, you know what I mean? You can't really do much about knocking a guy out or hurting him if all you're doing is backing away and finding ways not to make contact with him. And that's what Karen Chukagian did in the first fight. Boots, on the other hand, my initial criticism of him was that although he did push the pace in the first fight, he really, he really didn't have the killer instinct turned on, man. He just didn't have it. And I think in the instances where he had opportunities to open it up and get Karen in a little bit of danger and try to explore an opportunity to actually knock him out, shut him down, or give him an opportunity to suffer a little bit more, Boots really didn't take that, man. He was in the rhythm of starting and going too much. He was not in the frame of mind of finishing this dude. So the fight just went the distance the first time. Fast forward to this one, man, much of the same in terms of the result. The fight did go the distance, but I did see some effort on both fighters' part to give the fans a little bit more, make more of a statement about what kind of account of themselves they can provide for the fans and for the fighting scene. And they did make some adjustments. I can't necessarily call it improvements though, because like I said, Chukagian, he ran a lot in the first fight. This time he stood and he fought. The problem is, although the fighting adds for a little bit more excitement as far as like from a fan's perspective, us watching it and tuning in, it really didn't give him as great of an opportunity to win the fight as he could have gotten had he not went full swing and gone all the way over to just standing and fighting. He should have actually maintained some of the legwork that he had overdone in the first fight. So in this case, he was just kind of planted a lot on his feet, and he suffered from that because, from making that decision, because Boots has better angles, he has more angles, and he has longer reach, and he's faster, and he's actually more explosive when he punches. So you don't really want to be in the paint too long with a guy that has that set of advantages over you, you know what I mean? And Chukagian, while he did a little bit more, I would say he went a little bit more to war in this fight. I don't really see where he punished Boots, but he did give himself a chance to hit him and hurt him. So that's an improvement in a sense, but he just stood around too much, and being flat-footed is not his normal outfit, you know what I mean? I think if he had mixed it up and stood his ground more often than last time, but it continued to give Boots the trouble of chasing him down here and there, it would have proposed a greater task for Boots. I think in this fight, he just made it easier for Boots to rack up points because he was there to be found, you know what I mean? And Boots didn't have to chase him down. So not necessarily a success for Chukagian in the adjustments that he made. And then Boots, on the other hand, this time he did have the killer instinct. What was exposed though about Boots is that he basically operates, or at least he operated in this fight, with no defense, you know what I mean? He was 100% offense, man. Chukagian caught him with a lot of good looks, repeated looks, the same way Evanesian was catching him. Hitting him in the same place over and over and over, because Boots, he leads all the way when he throws a punch, you know what I mean? And the thing about Boots is, like, he doesn't really fight backing up. and he doesn't really, if you pay attention to his movements, he is not really punching as he's moving forward most of the time. Even if he steps forward, he waits till he plants his feet before he throws that punch. So he's not like a walking puncher, you know, back or forth as far as I'm concerned, you know what I mean? So Chukagian was able to time him and catch him coming in a lot, and he racked up some points that way because Boots was really defensively totally abandoned, you know what I mean? I wouldn't even say disorganized. He was just really not even throwing, throwing up an arm around his ear or anything like that to protect against a lot of the counter punches that Chukagian was putting out. So Chukagian was landing. The only trouble is Chukagian, while he was making contact, he was not committing rough enough to actually to hurt Boots in a significant way. So he ended up, clearing a few punches on Boots as the fight went on, a lot more than were seemingly necessary. But they didn't really break Boots down in any significant way. On top of that, man, I think, again, Boots had the killer instinct turned on this time, but to everybody's surprise, at least to mine, man, Chukagian got a hell of a chin, man. He was in there wearing something similar to what you see from Triple G, man, when he get hit clean. Like, it's just like, damn, well, where's the blood? Where's the knockdown? Like, you just don't see it. I mean, it's like you keep hitting the guy over and over, and Boots was catching him with clean shots, man. It wasn't even like, like any love taps going on there. He was like really, really hitting this dude with some wicked shots, man. But to no avail, man. Like Chukagian got a hell of a chin, man, and he kept it up. Boots just got him in trouble one time in a serious way. That was in the 5th round. And Chukagian was smart enough and still well aware enough that he was in trouble, so he took a knee, and Boots scored a knockdown that way. But other than that, Chukagian rode it out from the 5th round on and went back and forth with Boots, putting up some close rounds. A lot more action out of Chukagian in this fight, and a lot more exposure of Boots' lack of or very low defense, man. He really needs to pick up on their defense if this conversation about him and Crawford is going to continue, because we all know Crawford ain't got no problem blocking some of them bullshit punches, you know what I mean? And Boots got a good forward arsenal, but he don't know too much, it seems, about fighting backing up, and he definitely don't know shit about blocking, you know what I mean? And a guy like Crawford, he's too elite for that kind of simple type of way of going up against him. You know, you can't come in there missing 2 of the 3 links, you know what I mean? You got to be able to defend, and you got to be able to fight on the move. And Boots, if you're not paying attention, he will give you the impression that he's fighting as he moves because he's so creative with his angles and stuff like that. But most of the time, he's not throwing that punch unless his feet is firmly planted. So he's not backing up and punching. He's not walking you down and punching at the same time. He's walking over to you, planting his feet, and then getting that punch in. So something to look forward to, man. The improvement of both of these fighters, but I just didn't see too much of a difference in it. I saw the tweaks, but I didn't see too much major of a difference coming from either one. I saw Boots just basically turned up the killer instinct, but it was not enough because Karen was simply not there to be slaughtered, man. This dude has too much of a chin for the kind of power that Boots was laying on him. It just wasn't enough. And then Karen, he fought more, and he stood his ground more, but it didn't really help him because he would have benefited more from actually evading Boots at least half the time. Not overkill like the first fight, but at least half the time this time. He didn't do that. So I kind of predicted it, man. The fight would be better than the first one, but it would not be anything amazing. Although I was hoping that, I would be pleasantly surprised. I'm not. So it is what it is, man. Check y'all next time. Peace.